Hello and welcome everybody to 1993. Have you ever heard the expression, the more things change, the more they stay the same? That's very true. So in the 90s, Taylormade, as they do, researches, they develop new products, they come out with the burner Midsize. Well, how are we going to make it bigger and how are we going to keep that good sound? I know, what if we use foam? What if we inject foam into this head? It'll be a hollow head with injected foam into that. Yeah, we should do that. That's a great idea in 1993. And it's funny because you still see that today, 2022. You look at the the P770? The exact same thing. Taylormade still make hollow body, foam-filled iron. It's pretty intense. You think about how many years, decades, you're talking about 3 decades ago, they had the same idea. So it must be a good idea, right? Let's go have a closer look on the review table. These are pretty easy to identify. This is an interesting era where, like kind of today, you see just full metal everywhere, no plastic showing, just burner curved to the curvature of this cavity with 3 lines underneath it that kind of fade away, like perspective there. Mid-size here at the top line, back of the cavity. The sole, Taylormade with a dot. It's very similar to like a ping dot, like fitting dots. And then the iron right here, in this case, the pitching wedge. So you can see as we spin around the club, the hosel all the way around, no serial number, nothing on there. The toe has this foam to weight little screw right here. There's a little red screw where it says foam to weight around the perimeter here. Pretty interesting little insert right there. Nowadays they just put a Torx screw in there as a plug for the foam in there. Pretty interesting idea. Still around. Mizuno Quad, is that the first company to do that in the 80s? So, interesting. We have a plain black ferrule in this case. Shaft comes all the way up here. It's a dynamic gold, stiff, Taylormade branded. And then we have an aftermarket Golf Pride Tour Wrap grip. Tour Wrap, made in the USA, back when things were made in the USA. So it's really clean. It's a really clean iron. It looks very like what you'd expect. You can see on the face here, the pitching wedge, you can see the iron number right here, and some very professional, serious looking grooves right there. Good looking top line, rounded like you would expect a wedge to look. There might actually be a little bit of, kind of just jumps out on a wedge, not much offset, but there's some offset there. So let's roll the footage of when I took this out onto the range and had a go. What do I say about this? It's a pitching wedge, so obviously the shorter shaft, the loft, it's easy to hit consistently, all right? But as far as this design of a club, the technology, yeah, okay, sounds fine, all right, that's fine. But for me, the biggest question on this is there's a scale, okay? And I'm trying to figure out exactly where on that scale does this fall? That scale of how much do I hate the look of this club? That's, to me, the only debate. It's like, it's not pretty. It's not something I like. It's too... Okay, the Airstream campers. Some people love them. I respect that. People should have their own opinions. That's good. But for me, this is just not... No, never. This is no... I don't... Why? Does it stand out from the Ping i2? Yes. Could I play this as well as a Ping i2? Maybe, I don't know. But when it comes to like, do I want to put this in my bag? The answer is definitely no. Why would anybody? I'm not saying it's not a good club, like so many of these other videos. It's like, these are great. You can play golf with them. You might have happy memories with them. But for me, personally, I would avoid these just on the looks. Is that shallow of me? Probably. We'll see what happens in the future. But to me, give me anything else. I mean, there's some Wood Brothers irons from the early 90s that seem very interesting. Ping was making things. Lynx was in the mix. I mean, there's so many other options. I think I'll just go with those. But this is still amazing technology that they still use today, 30 years later. Let me know your thoughts. Taylormade burner mid-sized. I mean, it's fine. I can see how people would like the look of it. Just it's not my style. As usual, thanks to my patrons for your support. I really appreciate it. If you would like to support us somewhere else besides Patreon, you can visit our Amazon shop. We have a link in the description below. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. Thank you so much for watching. I am The Vintage Golfer.